In our house, we try to conserve water, conserve electricity that's not necessary to use. On the other hand, we try to cook with electricity as much as possible so as to use natural gas less, which is a carbon footprint thing. So I'll start with water. We have a gray water system that irrigates the backyard, and there's a pump that pumps water into this tank, and the filter needs to be cleaned every once in a while. It's really dirty right now. You just clean it with a brush in the little potting shed, and the water is pumped up to this 55-gallon tank up here, and it takes 3 or 4 loads of laundry to fill it up. And when it's full, you open these 3 valves. And the water starts coming out. And once it's empty, which takes 5 or 10 minutes, close the valves again until it fills up. Because the water from the laundry is going to our plants, we use this biodegradable laundry detergent called Oasis. You can also use this chlorine-free bleach, but please don't use Clorox in the laundry. And you don't need to use a lot of detergent. Typically load, you can fill it up to minimum. If it's a really large load, you can go up higher. In the bathroom, you can save a little water by, when you flush, just do the handle and then let go right away. And that uses less water. Certainly for pee, that's fine. And then we do, if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. And if you have solid waste, you can hold the handle down longer and it will use the whole tank. Of course, we always try to take short showers of 5 minutes or so. For electricity, there are certain devices that don't need to be on 24/7. For example, for the TV, we have the Fire Stick, which we use to watch movies and streamed shows. So the Fire Stick is this USB cable that plugs in here, and so we keep it unplugged unless we're using it. I like to think of saving electricity in terms of miles that our car drives. So by not plugging this in 24/7, we save enough electricity for the car to go about 30 miles. Another thing that we started doing recently is turning off the internet when we go to bed. And it's this switch. Right now it's on, and it goes to the left side when it's off. And you can tell when it's off because the green light goes off. And by doing that, we save enough electricity to drive the car about 200 miles per year. In the cottage, the internet has a separate repeater, and there's this switch by the window. And we don't use the internet in here very often at all, so we keep it off. But if you're spending a lot of time in the cottage, you probably want to keep it on. And that saves also about 30 miles a year of driving. And then, of course, we try not to leave lights on all the time or in rooms where we're not occupying them. So to use less natural gas, the stove and the oven, we have a toaster oven, which we use for all kinds of things, including baking, if it's some small item. And of course the microwave, which actually works really nicely for cooking greens and other vegetables. It just takes a couple minutes. And this electric kettle, which we use for boiling water for tea and coffee instead of the kettle on the stove. And we have this Instant Pot pressure cooker, which is very energy efficient, and it's amazing for cooking like rice and beans, soups. Um, it does a great job, and you don't have to worry about watching it on the stove so it doesn't burn. You can find the manual online and lots of recipes. So that's it. You don't have to do any or all of these things. I don't want to inconvenience you, but whatever you think you can do without inconveniencing yourselves, we'd appreciate it. Thank you.